Hi Leo, this is April with Astrolada.com. I'm here with your February 2017 horoscope. I'm going to demonstrate the planetary activity here on my lovely board, and hopefully you guys can see pretty well and follow along. So let's get started. Let's talk about your ruler, which is the sun, your ruling luminary in the sky. We have it in Aquarius. We have it in Aquarius for a good part of the month, up until around the 18th, 19th of February. And for you guys, this is, I'm going to rotate this, that the sun is in your 7th house. The 7th house is your opposite sign. That means relationships. So a big emphasis on relationships for you guys at this time. Wherever the sun shines is where you will be having a really great focus, because it kind of highlights that area a little more, brings it more to light. You know, it makes sense. The sun is a huge light in the sky, so it lights up that part of your life pretty much. So for you guys, the sun in Aquarius rules relationships. So any of my Leos that are single, you are, I don't want to say ready to mingle, because that's kind of corny saying. Everybody said single and ready to mingle. But pretty much, if you're single and you're open to relationships, open to love, trying to look for companionship, then voila, this may be the time of year where you actually find that, if you're seeking it out. Or even if you're not seeking it out. The 7th house is also a house that rules popularity amongst people, so you may actually be a little more popular during this time, which Leos can actually appreciate. And your friends may be actually saying, oh Leo, you know, I noticed you haven't really had a man or a girlfriend or whatever in a while. Let me hook you up with somebody. So, you know, relationships are a really big emphasis for you guys with the sun here during this time. So on the 3rd, we have Venus. Actually, Venus was in Pisces for the whole month of January, and that is your 8th house, but we talked about all of that in January. Okay, look at your January horoscopes for that. But February, Venus moves into Aries on February 3rd, and that is your 9th house, Leo. So the 9th house is the house that rules optimism and adventurousness, traveling. So a lot of my Leos can be enjoying that at this time. It also rules foreign cultures and foreign people. So, you know, wherever Venus travels, I mean, that rules like your enjoyment, how you're enjoying life. It also does rule relationships and how you can be enjoying your relationships. So you can be enjoying a lot of travel within relationships, or maybe, since you are open to love with the sun here, Venus here, traveling, you can meet someone while traveling. You know, that could be a possibility. Or maybe just start hanging out with someone and dating someone who is different, like a different background than you, and just be a little more open to that. Especially with Mars here. Mars is actually in Aries the whole entire month of February as well. Venus and Mars together is like smoking hot. It's like steamy. It is, it's a very fun energy. You know, use your imagination with that, Leo. But if you are open to dating, Venus and Mars in your 9th house, super adventurous, super fun, super curious about the world outside of your regular, normal, everyday life. So this could be a really fun month for you guys. So on the 6th of the month, we have Jupiter moving retrograde. Jupiter has been in the sign of Libra since October of 2016. For you guys, that's your 3rd house. The 3rd house, it rules the lower mind, or just like your thoughts that just like come in and leave just as quickly as they came in, pretty much. It's not like absorbing grand amounts of information, like reading really long books. It's more like, you know, reading little bits and pieces of the news and of info that you find on websites, or maybe reading like a half of a book and then moving on to the next thing. That's the energy of the 3rd house. It does rule skills that you learn too. So Jupiter, the planet Jupiter, is very expansive. It expands wherever it touches in the zodiac, in your life, pretty much. Jupiter also brings a sense of faith and optimism wherever it travels. And it's also like a magnifying glass. It magnifies things so that you can see them like right in front of your face. So that even means if there are any issues that need to be taken care of, Jupiter may magnify them so you can see them and, you know, move on and have a happier life, resolving whatever problems that it may magnify and you may see so much bigger. So anyway, Jupiter is moving retrograde. It's still going to be in your 3rd house in Libra. It's not going back into any other sign. But Retrograde means going back. It means going back over things from the past may be brought up again. So for you guys, it may be some sort of opportunities around third house matters, like communication, like some skills that you can learn. Jupiter here going retrograde can maybe bring back some opportunities within, actually the third house also rules publishing and writing, and maybe even getting on like the radio or like podcasts and things like that, like different forms of communication. So you may have some of those opportunities come back to you, Leo, if that's something you're interested in, that maybe you may have passed up in the past or they passed you up, maybe that opportunity will come back. But just remember that retrogrades eventually move forward again, okay? So they'll be going in the opposite direction once they move forward. And for Jupiter, it'll move forward in June of 2017. So make sure that you are getting into something, if you have an opportunity that pops back up again, that you actually do really love, and that you understand all the fine print underneath and what's underneath the surface, behind the scenes, because minds can be changed once Jupiter moves forward in June. On the 7th of the month, we have Mercury moving signs. Mercury is a planet that rules communication also, and it also rules like your thinking processes, your more like rational thinking processes. It is how you use your hands, how you type and text and email and so on and so forth. Mercury is changing signs from Capricorn into Aquarius on the 7th, and that means Mercury is moving into your 7th house of relationships and joining the sun there. So Mercury and the sun in the 7th house, definitely communicating with other people a lot more, thinking more about relationships one-to-one with other people. And this can be like, you know, maybe meeting people on social media too. It doesn't have to be necessarily dating. It's just being very social. It's a very social house where Mercury is traveling through, and being well-liked. You may have more of a concern for being well-liked amongst people, you know, and who knows, that may, with the sun shining there, that may actually happen for you, Leo. Since Mercury is such a quick moving planet, he is only going to stay in Aquarius in your 7th house for a couple of weeks. Then on the 25th, Mercury moves into Pisces, which is your 8th house. Now, let me tell you, this is a very deep spiritual zone, okay? And I know my Leos like to have fun, like to keep things lighthearted. You guys don't like to go too deep in life, but your mind is Mercury, okay? And Mercury is moving here into this very deep area. The 8th house, it does rule, yeah, you know, on the surface, it does also rule like money, finances that are joint with other people, and taxes and insurance and stuff. I know this is tax season in a lot of places in the world for people in general. So, you know, taxes, yeah, you guys might be dealing with that, of course, but just specifically for you guys, Leo, this is a time where you may be thinking more about intimate bonds with another person, like actually deep soul bonding, because this energy here in the 7th house, it's more like a surface level, like getting to know you, like, oh, I think you're handsome, you're funny, you're cute, you're beautiful, whatever. We like each other on the surface. But the 8th house is, who are you beneath the surface? Who are you really? What are your weaknesses? What are your greatest fears? You know, you really dig into the psyche of another person. So you may be meeting people during the 7th house transits, but then, you know, Mercury moves there. You may want to get to know them on a lot deeper soul bonding level. On the 18th of the month, we have the sun moving out of Aquarius, out of your 7th house of relationships, and into Pisces, into this very deep house. Okay, so things are going to get a little bit more deep for you guys this month, Leo. I can see some really big relationship changes happening for you guys, and especially because, well, I'll get to that in a minute. The eclipse, it's going to be on fire for Leos. But first, let's just talk about the sun moving here into Pisces. So this is even more of an emphasis on the deep soul of you and of other people. This may be a time where you dive deeper into your own soul, into your own subconscious mind, into your own psyche, and you know, you may dig out some things from the past that have to be let go of. If you are already partnered in a relationship with someone and you're not single, then Leos, this is a time where you can really crave that intimacy with the person that you are already bonded with, and just spend some time, a lot more time alone with them, and maybe even asking them some more questions, you know, about their deep thoughts and their fears and everything. On a negative note, The 8th house is a house that can bring about some jealousy and possessiveness. So I would say watch for that, Leo. Watch yourself with that, and also watch, your partners, and make sure you don't like pull that energy in of like being jealous and like being like, oh, suspicious, and what are you doing? Where are you going? But I will tell you this though. Having the Sun and Mercury in the 8th house in Pisces, which is already a very psychic sign, and this also energy is connecting with Neptune, a planet that does rule psychic ability. Only one of them that does. You can become very, very super intuitive towards your partner and pick up on some things. So they can't hide anything from you this month, Leo. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna have some superpowers when it comes to your relationships, and also you may more easily pick up on the energy of others around you. So I would be mindful of that and make sure that there's like no negativity around you. And if there is, just do your best to block it out, Leo. Just block it on out. Okay, now let's get to some super exciting stuff for you guys. Leo, let me tell you, 2017 in general is going to be like an important year for you guys. It's going to be on fire. Like, you guys have some really huge life changes coming up for you. One of the major indicators of this is there's going to be an eclipse in your sign, okay? So this happens on the 10th, the 11th of February, depending upon what part of the world you're in. An eclipse that happens in your sign. That means the sun is here in Aquarius, your opposite sign, and then the moon is here in Leo, in your sign. So this could mean huge life changes for you anywhere in life. I mean, you may feel more empowered this year, more empowered to step into your true self, your true identity. The energy of Leo loves to shine anyway. It loves to, be seen, be adored, be appreciated, be celebrated, be recognized. This can be one of those years for you, Leo, with this eclipse initiating this. This is not the only eclipse this year that's going to bring that about. As you know, there's going to be another one this summer also that can bring that type of a focus into your life. But definitely huge changes happening here. This eclipse is focused on you, but also your partnerships can be involved and affected. And also, this eclipse, see, your moon is here in Leo. It's making a positive trine aspect, which is this triangle. There's Uranus here in Aries in your 9th house of higher education and broadening your horizons. Also, there's Saturn here in Sagittarius. This is in your 5th house. The 5th house rules, it's like Leo-like stuff, like children, childlike fun, being in the spotlight, creative hobbies, and also running your own business. So this is going to be like a really big business year for you guys, a really big opportunity year. Not just like changes within like yourself and your appearance and how you feel about yourself, but all of these areas are affected for you. So watch out, Leos, because man, you guys are going to be one of the signs that take over 2017 for sure. Now there's going to be another eclipse on the 26th of February. That's going to be happening in Pisces. That's when the sun and the moon come together in the same sign, okay? So with this eclipse here, this is going to be in a conjunction with Neptune and also with the South Node, okay? Neptune, the South Node, and Pisces, they are all energies that are focused on letting go. Letting go, letting go, letting go. And also, this happens in your 8th house, which is a very transformational part of your life. So Leos are going to go through some really, really significant transformations this year. This can transform your intimate partnerships. It can bring one about sometime this year, because eclipses, remember, they bring things about, maybe not right away on the day of the eclipse, Can happen for some people, but it can affect you for up to 6 months afterwards. You may see those changes, in the upcoming months. So if you are looking for a really strong intimate bond with somebody, Leo, this year, this eclipse at the end of February may help to initiate that to happen for you. Or if there's like any negative experiences or traumatic experiences that you've had in the past, or any bonds that you haven't been able to let go of, intimate bonds, relationships, maybe just, contacts with people that were very negative and you still held on to them for some reason, and they really you felt in the depths of your soul pretty much. this eclipse can help you to let go, and release, because Leo, I'm gonna keep telling you guys, this is a really huge year for you, and I'm not just saying that. I don't say that for every sign. These eclipses are really going to bring about some good things for you. You know, you just got to be willing to let go of negativity, block it out, and release it. And you guys will be sure to shine this year. I can guarantee you that. All right, so that was your February 2017 forecast. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I do have a readers page on Astrolada.com if you would like to contact me to schedule a reading. I would love to read for you. All right, take care of yourselves, Leo. Have an awesome month.